All right, it's Chris Voice Live with friends, and my friends are today.
Did you want us to introduce ourselves?
I'm taking attendance.
Here.
Listen up.
It's JimEee and
Chili
B.
Chili B.
How are you, Chili?
I'm doing well.
How are you, Jim?
After Thanksgiving, all the leftovers are gone. Now I'm starting to have to actually find something to eat.
You're just coming out of that food coma.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
How was everybody's Thanksgiving?
I've only gained 10 pounds. I think I did good.
Excellent.
Maybe 20. I think I lied. We're not on camera. It doesn't matter.
I am,
right.
and in the spirit of the season, Thanksgiving, I'm actually at the Starbucks at 4th and Vine in Cincinnati, and the reason that has something to do with the season is because the most a famous comedy routine that I can remember is the turkey drop from the sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati.
I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati.
I don't know if you remember that one, Chili, but it was all over the internet on Thanksgiving Day. It's an old sitcom way before your day.
I do remember the sitcom. I think I was still in the crib.
Yeah. And
watching it through the bars.
You have to go look it up. The Thanksgiving WKRP. It's just an incredible. It was a promotional thing that they let the boss do, and it went horribly wrong. That's all I'll tell you. But anyway, that's why I came to Cincinnati, just to in memory of that incredible sitcom.
I see where you're going. I get the connection now.
Cincinnati WKRP. Look out.
I understand it was actual that the characters were all from someone's experiences in the industry, so it's pretty cool.
Well, that's easy to find.
And it's a Starbucks, so I know I got good coffee, and there's an incredible bagel place across the street here.
Do they filter their coffee over there?
I don't know what they do. They actually just put it in an IV drip, and that's how I get mine.
So
they know when you're coming
now, or you're outside of the Starbucks, or you're in the Starbucks?
I'm inside.
Wow,
it's beautiful here. It's cold and overcast, but it's still beautiful here.
Kind of a quiet Starbucks.
He's got a sound attenuation booth in there.
That's right. I carry my own booth. It's a plastic bag, and I put the foam in it.
So the cops are on the way.
Well, speaking of Thanksgiving, I like the day after Thanksgiving when I can get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and head to Walmart. But I know for a fact, that if I take my pepper spray,
yeah,
I can get whatever I want quickly.
That's right. And I didn't think about that. And next year I'm going to know what to do.
So you're making reference to the lady who had brought pepper spray with her to the Walmart in order to spray the other people who were trying to get close to the
it was a little Banaka bottle,
Yeah.
No,
just a
I
little
actually
spritz.
thought about that. I thought about that myself. Somebody did that?
She's a hero.
She's
She
a hero.
is.
Why?
Well, she's a trendsetter.
Trendsetter.
That's true.
A trendsetter.
That's
She
true.
saw a
Everyone's
problem.
going to have pepper spray next year. I guarantee it.
I like the way she thought. She saw a problem. She said, I need to get to that Wii. There are 300 other people that are trying to get to that Wii game console.
If it was it a game console she was after, or is this the woman with the waffle iron?
No, I don't think she's pepper sprayed for the waffle iron.
Oh, okay.
The waffle iron was where somebody actually.
So it was actually she went after a Wii, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
How do you like that? There's actually practical use for pepper spray outside of using it for law enforcement.
The thing, I didn't go. Now, I myself, I'm glad I didn't go out on Black Friday. The way I look at it is, I think I can get pepper sprayed and trampled after Christmas, a lot cheaper. Same prices.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, I start drinking at 7 a.m. on Black Friday. It has the same effect. By the end of the day, I'm disoriented. I don't know where I am. Same effect. I don't know if I went shopping or not. So
check your wallet.
That's the way to deal with it. And bring your just always keep your pepper spray with you now.
Wow. Now, do these people live in 1986? Because last time I checked, there's an internet. There's FedEx, UPS.
Yeah. Why didn't they go online? Yeah. Why are you camping out in front of a place?
Exactly.
That just makes no sense to me.
Well, I mean, unless it's for a Justin Bieber concert or something.
Okay, now we're talking. Yeah. Well,
Charlie Sheen has made some headway this week. What's happening with Charlie Sheen? I just ran across that.
And how much does his head weigh?
20 pounds. Every autopsy professional
growing.
will tell you 20 pounds. But Charlie Sheen probably has so much in his head that he's sniffed up into it. It might even have a few more pounds than that.
Oh, I think that's a drug reference.
I don't know anything about this.
I believe that there's scientific proof that he's been taking drugs. So I can say that. But what he's done...
Scientific proof?
Scientific proof, physical proof. They have actually... come on, he got busted how many times?
Well, the good thing...
I don't know.
The good thing about drugs is that it forces you to learn the metric system. So...
That's true. There's a gram of this and a kilo of that, yeah.
He went to Columbia. What's he doing in Columbia?
What, you mean the university?
No, he went to Columbia, man.
Oh, okay. That's he was there for the
he's scouting
for the
locations for a new movie he's developing.
Yeah, sure.
And possibly a little coke, as we previously found out.
Yeah, right. Well, that's probably
now that's what TMZ said. TMZ said that, not me.
TMZ said
just read what
Coke.
they said.
TMZ said they went down for Coca-Cola.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not there for drugs. It would be too obvious, right?
With him?
Yeah, wouldn't that be too obvious? I'm going to go to Columbia. Come on.
Why don't you go back and check a few of those videos he put out on YouTube first before you say that?
Mm-hmm. Winning. Yeah.
Hey, I got one speed. Let's go. I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going, buddy.
Yeah. Oh well. The guy had everything going for him, and what did he blew it on just a brainstorm of his that he was gonna, I don't know, just a strange cookie, isn't he? I did see an interview with him on what was it? It was either Leno or Letterman or something. I think it was Leno, and he says to him, this was really a bad idea. I really screwed up, didn't I? Yeah, I think you did.
Well, we could really use Danny Bottaducci's view on this one.
There you go. Danny. I'm sure he has some.
Would he put him down or would he bring him up?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
In a way, you kind of feel sorry for a guy but he's making so much money that he's going to, you say land on your feet. Come on, he's down. If he's truly down there scouting for a movie, good for him. My goodness, I can't get I can't get this thing on the air. And he's got a movie. This guy's got a movie.
I believe he'll have backers if he actually has a decent movie.
Yeah.
And if he developed it himself, I don't know where we would see it or how we would see it. Maybe along the lines of Martin Scorsese. Not quite sure. That's an interesting concept. Okay, how about Jennifer Lopez and Casper Smart?
What is that?
TMZ.com reports that there's a sexplanation for their intimacy in public.
This is the 24-year-old backup dancer?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
J-Lo's going out on me?
I'm sorry. You found it on the air. I should have really made it. But
you should have told me before we hit the air. Come on.
It would make a great reality show.
What a terrible to find out.
Yeah. What? My Life with Jennifer?
Yeah. So she's going out with the 24-year-old backup dancer. She is divorced.
Right. I believe she is. I believe she is. Now, I don't know for sure. I haven't seen the papers. But
how old is she?
I don't know.
She's in her 40s.
Are you serious?
Yes, because I remember People magazine had named her one of the most beautiful ladies in her 40s or something like that.
Yeah, one of the most beautiful old ladies in America, in the world.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
she's in her 40s and she's dating 25 years.
Can you say cougar?
Well, I guess that would apply, wouldn't it?
But I'll tell you what, to each their own. And the word is not near as bad as a reputation. Or maybe it's the other way around. I can't remember.
Yeah, are we concerned that the guy's 25 years old, or are we concerned that he's a backup dancer?
Oh.
It's kind of like, why don't you could be hitting on someone at the, at least the, the lead dancer or something, but you're digging all the way back. The guy must look good, or he must be really good. Well, no, I'm not going to go there.
Well, I'll tell you what, the word backup dancer kind of reminds me of Broken Mountain, so we're not going there at all.
Yeah. So what is it that she's what is it that she's intending? Is it just that they found some pictures of her or something, or what?
Yeah, TMZ. I mean, they're great guys, but they run around, they find whatever they can find, they take pictures of it, develop a story. Sometimes it's a real story, sometimes it's not.
It's fake, yeah.
No, not necessarily fake. It has to be something of the truth. The guy that owns it is a lawyer.
Yeah.
And he won't let them get out of that groove of actually having something truthful to say.
Well, I have nothing to say about it. I think that I'm disgusted that she's going out on me like that.
I think it's it's in poor taste that she's just flaunting it like that. I mean, she should have at least dressed him up as a nanny or something.
That's absolutely correct.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to laugh at that one.
There you go.
Throwing it in our face like that.
Another bit of news
how dare she?
Another bit of news from TMZ. TMZ's going to love us after this show. Casey Anthony is learning Spanish because she's going to Mexico.
Wow. Or wow.
I don't know what to say after this, man.
What is she planning on doing there?
Yeah, what? Dealing drugs?
Live. No, live. Think about it.
Live,
the only
get away
place
from
where her reputation might be enjoyed.
Nobody will know who she is. Dye her hair.
She can have all the parties she wants to.
Get a facelift.
Facelift.
Nobody will know who she is.
Not enough face to lift on her.
Well, alteration, something to alter her looks.
Oh, yeah. Cheap plastic surgery.
Cheap plastic surgery. Yeah, I like how you threw the cheap in there. Just enough to damage your face so that nobody recognizes you.
Well, it's sort of like, I used to know guys in the Navy that would go down to Mexico and get a tooth pulled.
Really? Why?
Because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
If they were in the Navy, isn't it paid for?
It can be.
Okay.
But it's only if it's needed.
If they're a backup dancer in the Navy, you got no benefits.
Yeah. If you just want a tooth pulled just for the fun of it, yeah, you got to pay for it.
Yeah. What are you going to do this weekend? I think we're going to have a tooth pulled. Cool. You want me to go with you? Yeah, come on. Don't drink the water. The tequila's great. They give you give you a little tequila, and rip them out. Yeah.
Chili, what do you got going on for your articles?
All I got to say is hopefully that I don't know. I hope she has a good time in Mexico, and maybe there's a chance that someone will mistake her for a piñata.
Yeah.
Take a baseball bat.
Isn't that sweet?
Chili, what do you got coming up?
I'm going to work tonight.
Oh, cool.
Really?
That's what I got coming up.
Well, what do you have to talk about?
Oh, some of the. Did you guys see? Here's what I wanted to talk about. Did you guys see the Lady Gaga very special Thanksgiving special on TV?
No.
On ABC? You didn't watch Lady Gaga's Thanksgiving?
I start drinking at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm lucky I can see anything on Thanksgiving. Oh, no, that's the day after Thanksgiving.
Well, It's coming out now that there was a little drama behind the scenes of the Thanksgiving special.
Oh.
What happened was at the very last minute, they decided the program was running short and they were going to throw in a cooking segment. So if you watched the show, there was a cooking segment, but that was just a last minute addition that they only really had minutes to prepare for.
Okay.
So nobody had actually brought any food for the cooking segment. Luckily, just before airtime, Lady Gaga agreed to donate one of her hats, and it was delicious.
Okay.
It's all in the seasoning.
Did they put it in a deep fryer? Because that's a big thing right now. Put it in one of those big deep fryers.
It was deep fried.
A deep fried Lady Gaga hat. Did the hat have a name? I don't know.
After USA Today had reported earlier this month that Ryanair, which is an airline that you might be familiar with, Ryanair is going to allow passengers to view porn on its airplanes.
Oh, that's going to work out real well.
Yeah. They need the new policy has not gone into effect yet. They need a little time to retrofit their airplanes. Because now when you reach under your seat, there will be an inflatable life vest as well as a blow-up doll. And that is it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
It's about as bad as the guy that hacked into the Sesame Street internet.
I did not hear about that one.
You didn't hear about that? Well, what happened basically with that is this was a couple of shows ago. He hacks into the Sesame Street internet, and instead of watching a Sesame Street special, you watch porn.
Oh.
And it was so bad. Anyway, moving right along. Listen, there's a controversy with space.
Was Snuffleupagus anywhere?
No.
Somehow
in there, yeah.
Might have to watch. Hey, Chaz Bono, who is getting married now. You know Chaz Bono, the transgendered son of singer Cher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who you might have seen on Dancing with the Stars recently. Chaz Bono is getting married. Now, the thing about Chaz has endured a lot of jokes about being overweight. Right. And I don't think those kind of jokes are funny. Chaz's mother, Cher, has always defended her son against all the fat jokes. Mm-hmm. But now even Cher seems to be getting in on the action. Cher, who was going to sing at the wedding, has decided to change the lyrics of her song Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves to Nacho Chips and Cheese.
Nacho Chips and Cheese.
Overweight Bono.
Yeah, that's going to go over real well at the wedding, I think.
I'll attend that wedding if they actually have them.
That's not funny when your mom piles on.
No.
And, no.
That's bad, Cher. Bad.
Bad Cher.
Yeah, that's a bad share. That's right.
Yeah. So that's it. That's what I got.
Wow.
Well, Facebook is in trouble.
Okay, are they in trouble or did they get off the hook? I'm seeing two different takes on this whole thing.
Okay, well, all right. First of all, the whole deal about Facebook is what? Jimmy, you were looking at that.
It's their, oh God, we're all looking at it. Anyone that's on Facebook, but their privacy, their non-existent privacy. And what they did was, when they said they weren't going to sell people's names to other people, they did it. When they said they weren't going to, allow this, they allowed it. And all of the stuff that's basic privacy issues here in the United States, and that how we all click on the little button that says terms of service. Everyone just clicks those buttons. You never read it. Well, inside those terms of service, they basically broke their own terms of service. The FTC, Federal Trade Commission, said, you've been bad boys. This was actually 3 years ago. And because you've been bad boys, here's several things that we're going to do to you. One of them, for example, is they, for the next 20 years, they have to have privacy audits by an independent agency. Has to come in and check them out. I think it's every year or so. So I mean, it's all kinds of bad stuff. But on the other hand, they could have been charged Someone said they're worth $100 billion right now, and I
So
don't
they can
see,
settle it with a check.
Yeah, I don't see that anyone took any money from them. So on the one hand, people are saying, oh, they got the FTC really nailed them, and then others are saying, but they're not paying any money, so how did they get nailed? What really happened? Gawker was suggesting that they were they have two ex-FTC officials on their board of directors, and maybe so. Yeah, it's a little bit disconcerting, but for goodness, at least hopefully they'll get their act together with their privacy stuff. Facebook is just a big accident. It wasn't supposed to become as big as it did.
So the FCC basically...
FTC, the Trade Commission.
Okay, the FTC said you're doing something wrong, but has not fined them.
No, gave them. They ruled against them. They told them you have to do all of this stuff. Yeah, they got what appears to us to be a slap on the wrist.
Well, I don't stand for that. I am immediately going to unlike the FTC. As soon as I finish this show.
That's exactly the right attitude.
Well, one thing is that all right,
and go change your password too.
Anyone out there who's listening to the show and has thoughts on this Facebook gig, which of course we're going to be in the Chris at chrisvoice.com, send me an email. We'll put it up on the show page. Facebook has actually had the credit, though, of reuniting people, family, and so forth, like MySpace used to. If you've ever heard about those success stories that MySpace did.
Yeah. I mean, it's got some good things. It replaced MySpace basically.
Well, with every new technology that comes out, there is a potential for great good, and there is a potential for great bad.
Right.
Depending on how you use it. What you use it for, how you let it interfere into your life. Does it become an addiction? Does it become a disorder? Does it become a positive thing that you can keep in touch with family and friends or promote your business? It depends on how you use it.
Yeah, and I mean that Twitter. I mean, I just can't get off the thing. It's like gambling. You get on there and you start posting. Next thing you know, it's 3:00 in the morning. You're shaking. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's about. It is addictful. My phone actually has an automatic tweet deck thing that I can just move over to. I don't even have to go into an application. I can just press a button and all of a sudden I'm there. I get people that follow me on Twitter. Twitter. That
I think Tweeter is a guy that snorts.
Okay, well,
cocaine.
it's Twitter.
Or one of them.
End up being one of their peeps. But, I mean, I get these girls who are into porn and so forth trying to find, it's like, you just don't do that. And I don't follow them back. They can follow me all they want
you
to.
Got
my
girls
my posts will
chasing you?
Go on their page.
You
What's
got
that?
girls chasing you? Is
No.
that what you need us to help you with that?
Yeah, go get them. Go take care of that for me. Both of you.
I'm the same way with the
Sick 'em.
With the Twitter, I've often thought about, it's like an addiction. I've often thought about canceling my account. But then I think, what would my 3 followers do?
I know. They'd be devastated.
Devastated.
Chili's gone. What are we going to do?
Well, we're using Twitter to put the show out there to let them know where we're at. And also Facebook. We're on Facebook too, Chris Voice. There's a lot of people, and I'm not trying to bring the whole conversation to me at all, but there's like 20,000 Chris Voices out there, people who want to be Chris Voice, and I'm the one that owns all the URLs. So just be careful when you're looking for Chris Voice, and look at chrisvoice.com and don't run into Facebook. You'll get a link to Facebook from the website. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going any further than that because I'm not trying to self-indulge here. Okay. I've got one sure hit smacker. If you know, does anybody know Dr. Drew?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dr. Drew.
Uh-oh. Good. We have an opposing side then.
I thought you said Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre out there?
You're a big fan of Dr. Dre's.
I am, yeah.
I don't know who Dr. Dre is. I'm out of the ball game on that one.
Rap record producer.
Yeah, very popular.
Responsible for Snoop Dogg, Eminem, some of those you might have heard of.
Yeah, Smoot. Yeah,
Smoot Dogg. Yeah, I remember Smoot Dogg. Wasn't he on Sesame Street also? Smoot Dogg.
Sesame Street.
Smoot Dogg and Snuffleupagus. Yeah.
Dr. Drew has made the comment because he wanted to ump his show or something. I don't know why he said he wanted to do this, but he's talking about domestic violence. And immediately he brings up the video of Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries, who, of course, are now divorced. But he brings up the old tape saying, oh, yeah, well, we know that they're getting a divorce, but this is domestic violence. And he has he's taken some footage in the reality show of them playing around, smacking on each other. And then he brings someone else in who's making a comment because they do family counseling. And if you saw this video, he's coming down on people who are playing because it leads to this and it leads to that and it leads to this. Well, anything can if you don't have the right mental attitude. But the way he was coming down on it, it was a real big plug for his show.
Mm. Well, of course. Maybe that's
why he did it. And I thought it was a great big ego thing. Yeah, he used it because he doesn't have anything else on tape. He couldn't have had someone act like that and use it as an excuse. He's got to have somebody on the reality show who's got actually one of the probably most controversial times in their life going on, and he has to use that to blow her down and pump himself up. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts is Dr. Drew, as you know, is an addiction recovery specialist.
Okay.
Who treats people with his addictions to drugs, alcohol, sexual disorders, all types of addictions. He has his own show on HLN.
Right.
So I think it was within the realm of his jurisdiction to talk about it. If you watch the video, the Kardashian gal, Kim,
right,
struck the Shrek-looking former husband,
the big fat ugly guy,
with a balled-up fist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you and I know that since the guy's basically a giant, that really wasn't going to hurt him. So it's not the idea that there was going to be pain inflicted, but the idea that she struck him with a closed fist. I think Dr. Drew was correct in saying this is not appropriate behavior for a man and a woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for anyone. For anyone. I get that.
I think you're right. I think they needed a donkey.
A donkey.
A donkey. Yeah, with Shrek.
Now, it hit him with, a feather boa or, something like that. That would be all fun and games.
What you do is you take a frying pan and you smack him over the head, and then his head takes the shape of the frying. Oh, wait a second. That's a cartoon. I'm sorry.
That happens in cartoons.
Unless it's made out of tinfoil.
Now, what would have happened if
the foot was on the other shoe?
Suppose he had had a few drinks and didn't think it was a playful thing to have a lady punch him with a balled-up fist.
It would make me think of the book Of Mice and Men.
Remind us.
Of Mice and Men, the larger guy, his name was Lenny, if I believe, if I remember right.
His own strength.
And, he didn't know his own strength. And I think that if Chris had had one too many drinks of alcohol in that place, Chili, I think you're right. I think he really could have hurt her.
And then you'd be apologizing to Dr. Drew.
I would not. I remember when Dr. Drew started his radio show with Adam Carolla.
Yeah, I loved it. Loveline.
That's it. I would not apologize to the guy. This is at that time, I was doing deliveries late at night. I had time to listen to his whole show. I was on the highway 6 or 7 hours a night.
Wow. That's
So
that's that's a lot of hours for a midwife.
I didn't get called too much.
She was doing deliveries. I didn't know what he
Very
was.
good, very good. Well done. Well done.
Oh, by the way, this is Chili's official welcome to the Chris Voice Live show.
Chili,
Buddy, give a little quiet golf clap.
Yeah.
who's Chili?
Do you have sound effects for the sound of crickets?
I clap.
We should. Who's the sound effects guy? Oh, we got to hire one of those now.
Yeah, we got to put one of those on. And we are currently looking for a funny female who's out there that knows how to use Skype to show us her stuff as a guest host to see what she's got to get into the show. So let us know. Chris at chrisvoice.com. So, Jimmy.
Sir.
What's your next article?
You know, I've got a couple of things that are really kind of. I'm into some of this tech stuff, and there's a guy that has. Have you seen the guy with the jet suit?
Yeah, I did.
How? What in the world? What are you thinking?
The evolution of man.
They've got him flying over the Alps with two fighter jets or jets of some sort. They look like fighter jets.
Oh yeah.
And it's like he's keeping up with them. They're flying information. It's like, okay, I'm not sure if I'm even believing this. If someone's, I got to get the video and see if they've superimposed him on this thing. But he's got nothing but this stupid little wings he flies around in. And I've seen him before, and it's pretty amazing, watching this guy go up around the mountains and stuff. But keeping up with these two jets, it's unbelievable. I mean, he's got a helmet on. That's it. I won't go on a bicycle.
My question is, how fast can he take his speed? I can look at it from a lot of different aspects, and I'm just trying to find a less controversial aspect to look at this. But when you look at it, and he's going, all right, these F-18 jets, I'm going to say they're F-18s. I don't know for sure. They have to be going at least 90 to 115 miles per hour.
Well, it says
to stay in the air.
He's got 4 engines on this thing, and it'll take him up to 125 miles an hour.
I think that was actually Charlie Sheen going to Columbia.
Could have been. Could have been.
It looks just like him, actually. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture right now. That is Charlie Sheen. They've got a close-up.
He was thumbing a ride.
You're right.
Well, I think this is what's happening here is you're seeing the general flying public fed up with the TSA.
Oh, yeah.
And saying, darn it, I'm not going to go through that
I'm
again.
not taking my damn shoes off.
I've
got my own wings. I'm going. I'm gone.
I'm gone.
Can you imagine what a jetpack like that would cost?
Yeah, I can't imagine what's going to happen when everyone has one.
Well, to be fair, you use your Smith's card and you get a discount on the fuel, so it's like 10 cents a gallon off.
For anybody that doesn't know, a Smith's card is actually a grocery store. Do they sell gas too?
Yeah, they sell gas. A lot of them sell their
jet fuel.
Yeah.
Of course, that's at the Starbucks right around the corner. The aspect of using something like that, it hits me. Really, it does under somebody's military law that they could actually, fuel these jetpacks up, put them on individual pilots, and instead of holding or Marines, getting them to the battlefield by some other way, they'll have them all fly, drop a bomb as they go, and then land later.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the guy. I've seen him. He falls backwards out of a plane. That's how he gets into the air.
Right.
And then he lands on his own. He lands with a parachute, like he was just
like he was skydiving.
Skydiving, jumping out of a plane.
Yeah.
So
last time, if I'm correct, last time actually that he did that stunt in public, people accused him of dropping some bombs, and he said, "No, I had just been to a Taco Bell before." I took off.
Yeah, that happens. I know.
And the flight suit wasn't working.
I've stopped going to Taco Bell for that very reason.
Yeah. The jet suit all of a sudden turned into a wetsuit.
It's much, much more embarrassing when you're on the bus. Trust me.
All right, we won't talk about my first date.
Good for him for coming up with some wings and siphoning some gas and getting up there. Good for him. A lot of people, kind of get up and go.
Go ahead on. I still want to see that next evolution that he proves man can do. I think that's going to be some wild stuff. If he can go anywhere between 100 and 115 miles per hour with that jetpack, I don't know how long he could maintain that speed. But
imagine all the bugs in his teeth.
He'd be better than a happy Harley rider.
Well, that's what I'm concerned about. All of that, plus, I mean, just the G's he's out physically in the open, except for this wing on his back. It's insane. Doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, Apple's making an ITV. At least that's the rumor. I'm a big Apple guy, but I don't know what in the world are they going to reinvent television?
Well, I would say so.
I'm all for it. I'm all for having an expensive piece of equipment that they come out with a new version 6 months later.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I would really look forward to seeing something like a brand new type of TV.
What they're going to do is they're going to tell you here the way Apple does everything. They're gonna act like they invented it. You know, like it started here. You've never seen television until you've seen it on our ITV. Nothing compares to this wonderful television. And you're going to be looking at your television, and it's a nice big, 40-something inch, HD TV, and you're going to say, you know what? I got to get rid of this piece of crap, and I got to go over and get one of these Apple things, right? That's what they're hoping.
Yeah.
How? Why? What in the world could they possibly do that's going to make me give up my my little 30-inch analog TV?
I've got a 42 that I rather enjoy. Matter of fact, I can hook my computer up to it with anything I've got going on. They're going to have to come out with something better that actually, makes your dinner and serves you at the same time.
Now, that's probably what they're doing. They're not saying all of the things that it's going to do. All they're saying is, it's going to combine TV and the web. Well, that's what I have. So they're going to put a modem in it. I think I have that.
Well, I would pay for it as long as it was able to permanently block any of the ladies from the view.
Now you're talking. I think that's where the computer technology and you don't, maybe you can just kind of superimpose them into another show or something. Put them into a comedy series. Maybe that's what's cool about it. You can take characters from one show and put them over, like one of the cartoon characters from Family Guy or something, and you put them over into CSI or NCIS or something.
Well, I think what all the technology is going to is the social media aspect, the interaction. So basically, I'm guessing it will be more about social interactions. Your friends will know what you're watching. You and your friends can comment on the show while it's happening. It'll be more of a social aspect to it. I'm guessing. That's
combine all of that stuff that I kind of do now already with the laptop and the computer and the the television and all that stuff. Combine it all into one. And I say, make sure that the government is involved in all of this, because we want them to be able to see what we're doing and
yeah,
just kind of
Big Brother.
Let's
again.
make 1984. Let's make it. Let's get it
Nostradamus becomes true.
Yeah,
it's a good year.
1984, good year. Why? Why?
That was probably when Chile was born.
A little after that. No, 84. Van Halen. Yeah, I remember Van Halen coming out with some music around that time.
Oh my goodness.
No,
we are old. I look forward to the day that my son knocks on my door. I open it and see him. He's going to say, "God, Dad, you're old."
Yeah.
Hey, excuse me. I'm in the bathroom at Starbucks, and they're starting to bang on the door over here. I think I'm going to have to get out of here.
Well, we're going to have to sign off anyway. We're running out of time. Chili.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show.
My pleasure.
You are now an official host. You can carry the show anytime you want.
Very good. I'd love to. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go register Chris Voice domain name.
Good luck.
and then have you try to buy it off of me.
Good luck.
I wish I would have thought of that. Darn it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, there's a little guy in Melbourne, Australia that I'm having these little quarrels with because he calls himself Chris Voice.
Well,
And I really can't without...
He's gonna have to start. He's gonna have to start billing himself as the Chris Voice from Down Under.
Well, that would be good for him. He's a different gender. I'll say that without saying anything too offensive. He's a different gender and has kind of slurred my name around.
Oh, so he's going to the Chaz Bono wedding? Is what you're trying to say?
He might be wanting to plan on it. Yeah.
oy vey.
But
All right, I'm coming. Give me idiots over here.
yeah. Well,
You'd
At
think,
that,
you lock
because-
yourself in a Starbucks bathroom. You think people would respect your privacy.
depending on how long the line is. It's not if it's a unisex bathroom, you're in trouble, man. And they're serving coffee.
And the boys, come on. You've never gone into a girl's restroom? There's nobody there. There's no line at Starbucks for the girls' restroom. There's always a line for the boys.
I was
use
probably
the ladies'
10.
room.
I was probably 10 in like a PTA meeting at my elementary school with a bunch of other guys wanting to investigate. That's the only time I've ever gone into a girl's restroom.
Really? Oh, I don't hesitate. In fact, I go there first.
Good for you.
If it's a one person rest, I'm obviously not into one of those things that's a group room, but I need to leave. I just need to leave. This is it. I'm done.
All right. Well, Chili.
I prefer the handicap stalls myself.
Yeah. They're much bigger. There's lots of room.
Yeah, lots of room.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And if you fall, you got something to hold on to.
It's too bad that they don't want to budget bigger stalls for guys like me since I'm so big.
Well, I always like to at least, put on a show and limp on the way out.
That's right. Drag one leg behind you as you're going in. Yeah, I'm handicapped, of course. Can't you see? Look at the leg.
What's wrong with you? I'm Igor.
I stutter.
Black and white. So
There you go. Depends on what kind of handicap you mean. It doesn't specify on the wall.
That's
Just
exactly
said
right.
handicap, and I have a reading disability.
I'm lactose intolerant.
There you go.
That's a handicap enough. I'll tell you the truth.
Prove it.
There's a movie. Does anybody know the name of that movie with Ed Norton and Robert De Niro, where Ed Norton played a mentally handicapped person?
Yes, but he was faking it.
He was faking it. But what was the name of it?
I can't remember. I saw the movie.
So did I. It was one of the wildest movies I ever saw, especially when I figured out that he wasn't handicapped. And the switcheroo of the heist that they did was really a switcheroo.
Yeah, he was faking it to throw away suspicion that he could be the person that masterminded and pulled off this heist.
We just blew the plot there.
Wow.
Didn't want to blow the plot.
Yeah.
That's all right. We didn't give the name of the show, so everyone's fine. No harm.
Well, Jimmy, you got to get out of there. Remember not to flush, unless, of course, you need to.
I just got to make sure that I don't have my headphone on when I get out of here.
And Chili, thank you very much for doing the show.
My pleasure.
Again. And we're out in, Chili, stick around. We're out in 3, 2, 1.
If you've ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Got kinda tired of packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be, just maybe think of me once in a while. hardest thing I ever had to do. Broke my heart in two, but baby, pay no mind. The price for finding me was losing you. Memories help me hide my lonesome feeling, far away from you and feeling low. It's getting late, my friend, my love, I miss you so. Take good care of you, I've gotta go. If you've ever wondered whatever became of me, I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. Got kinda tired of packing and unpacking, town to town, up and down the dial. Maybe you and me were never meant to be. Just maybe think of me once in a while. I'm at WKRP in Cincinnati.